Dave, do you want some of these pictures?
I like this. Well, my bill was
Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody to demonstration. We are Hakusuru Kai, which means White Crane Organization. My name is Tim Prodema. What you just saw was a defense against two weapons, one-man defense against two weapons. If you have any questions, feel free to ask after the demonstration. All right, we're going to start off with a little bit of history. We teach Okinawan karate. If anybody's ever seen any of the Karate Kid movies, that's kind of gives you an insight as to what we teach. There really was a Miyagi. He died in 1953. His name was Shojin Miyagi, and he founded the style of Goju-Ryu Karate. Basically, that is what we teach. Karate started on the island of Okinawa. Okinawan masters went to China to study, and they brought back their own style and founded their own styles of karate, which form karate. Okay, we will begin with some basic movement. That's our step back step. The Okinawans preferred open hand techniques. We will begin with one of the strikes that they use, the fingertips. They utilize the fingertips for penetration on their blows. Going forward, 5, got a space on dot, left, parallel snap, right? In, up, in, no, fall backward, in, up, in, no. Next, we will utilize or show or demonstrate the crane block. This is a circular blocking motion utilized for grasping the opponent's strike. It symbolizes the wings of the crane, the white crane. Got a face on that? Okay, so 5 going forward, 5 back, right? In, up, in, no, backward, in, up, in, no. Next, we will demonstrate one of the kicks. This is a crescent foot kick, Mikazuki Geri. The foot swings around in a circular fashion, utilizing the momentum of the leg, the kick. Right? Go! Backward. Go! Okay, this concludes the basic techniques. There are many more techniques that the karate people use. We won't bore you with all of them. We showed you a basic strike, a basic block, and a basic kick. Next is one of the most important aspects of karate. This is called kata. Kata is a prearranged set of movements against an imaginary opponent. It emphasizes the blocking and striking techniques of the karate system in which you study. Again, I say, it is the most important aspect. You learn your basics, you learn focus, power, speed, you learn concentration, you learn your throwing techniques, your self-defense techniques, blocking, strike. Everything is in the kata. Kata is everything. Okay? So we will have the yellow belts get up and demonstrate the first kata called Geki Saidai Ich. This kata was formulated by Chojin Miyagi and a Shorin-ryu master by the name of Itosu. They got together and formulated this as a basic kata for students to come in and learn their basics. Yellow belt, Geki Saidai Ich. You will notice there is one kick in this kata. Two kicks, I'm sorry. Two kicks in this kata and several blocking and striking techniques. Geki Saidai Ich. Hang together. Ready? Hajime. Okay, this is the first kata one of the first katas that you learn when you come into class. It introduces you into the basics. This kata is several hundred years old. This is Miyagi's family kata. This kata came from the Shaolin temples, and it emphasizes a lot of short movements and a lot of long movements, a lot of deep stances and a lot of short stances. This kata is unique in the fact that it does not have any kicks in it. Same with this, tiger kata. That's me. Kata was demonstrated in Karate Kid 2 or 3 movie, I'm not sure. But that is a real kata. They didn't make it up for the movie. Brown belt. This kata is about 1,000 years old. It comes directly from southern China, from the Shaolin temples. Fight one. kata. This is a very high level Goju kata. Has several kicks, a lot of intricate hand movements. Okay, back up. Idea of what kata is. Again, it's a series of movements against an imaginary opponent. Hidden within the kata are all of your throwing techniques. Before you learn throws, you have to learn how to fall properly so that you can practice with your partner. So the class will perform a couple of break balls that we do to prepare you, the student, to take some of the techniques that we do in class. Class formation, two lines. Forward rotary. One line here, one line here. Or two lines. Begin. Double kite, forward rotary.
So he gets home with his brother.
Yeah.
And look what I'm doing.
One time through. One time. Next, Yoko Kemi. This time the students will step up and break to the side as they fall. Two lines. Again. One time through. If these break balls are done properly, they can be done on concrete without getting hurt. And the next break ball, for those of you who can do it, Mike Ugeri, front somersault. This is utilized for some of the more advanced throws so that you don't get hurt. Those of you who can try Mike Ugeri, come right up. Okay. This is utilized for some of the advanced throws. Okay, next we're going to demonstrate some simple self-defense techniques from a chokehold, a front choke, from a rear bear hug, and from a wrist release. These folks will demonstrate these techniques first from the front choke. We'll each get a chance to do it. For this particular technique, they go into a wrist lock and then a throw. And we end up in a controlling situation with the wrist lock. Do it. The other person will do it.
Are you watching?
What's that on?
Next is a rear bear hug. Grab you from here over the arm.
And you can watch the go back to the booth.
And they lock.
Oh, my son's
Okay, the movement to get out of this came from the kata that they did. The first movement where they break out of the bear hug. They raise the arms and step into a deep movement. That movement right there came directly from the kata. And last, wrist release. someone grabs the wrist, then we go into a controlling technique. They throw and lock. Once again, they grab a hold of the wrist, reach behind the head, and throw and lock. These are just a few of the techniques that we do in class, and they come directly from the kata. Kata is the most important. Next we have Cliff Jordan, one of my 4th degree black belts, and a couple of brown belts. We're going to demonstrate some of the throws that come from the kata. Step behind throw, which is simple, what it says, you step behind the leg, and you trip the person. Opponent throws a punch, block and throw. Kayoko, body drop. Use your body weight to pull the person down. Hips off. This one goes over the hip, utilizing the hip for the throw. And he locks. Okay, wrist reversal, this particular movement is being thrown by his wrist. The intense pain creates the throw. And he breaks the elbow. In this throw, the opponent is thrown by a leg entanglement around the body, or around the arm and the body. And he locks. Some of these throws may look familiar from wrestling, professional wrestling. Professional wrestlers studied judo at one time or jiu-jitsu to learn how to fall properly and do some of the throws they do on TV. This particular throw, he went underneath the arm and twisted the arm as he went to throw. Throwing by the arm, shoulder throw. Uchigari, sweeping the leg and finishing off with a groin strike. Inner thigh rip, going inside in the street, you would normally go to the groin. Here we're going to go to the inside of the leg for protection. This one I'm sure you've seen on professional wrestling. Tomonage. And he finishes them off. That is a real karate throw, or a judo throw. It wasn't made up by professional wrestlers. Uminage, or neck throw, he grabbed by the neck and twisted. In a real life situation, when you had to protect yourself, you would twist the neck this way to break the neck. For protection, we go this way and let him flip. This is called Waranage or rice bale throw. In Japan and Okinawa, when they would harvest the rice, and the bales, they would take, by the time the bales got to the end of the field, they started getting really big, so they would grab the bale of rice, fall, and throw it to the next person behind him. Steps behind and throws over the hip. Finishes him off with a kick. Ikkyo push. Pulling throw. This particular throw, he avoids the strike coming in, steps around the punch, and simply pulls the opponent down. No damage is done. Osunage, breath throw. This throw is meeting the punch and takes no strength whatsoever. You simply meet it and push. Again, this is the neck throw, coming from behind, pulling the neck, throwing in the front, and then going to the pinning technique. Kate Shihon Katame. The leg tackle. Completely missing the punch and tackling the leg to take the person down. In this particular throw, he will lead the opponent in one direction, then reverse it. He hit the back of his neck, led him around in one direction, then came up underneath the throat to reverse the direction. Again, these techniques come from the kata. Nage, circular throw. Movement comes from the kata. Circular movement. Kanibasami. Body scissors. Leaps into the air, wraps around the body, and uses the momentum to take him down. Shiminage, clothesline. Meets him right in the center, takes him out with his forearm. Very painful if you don't do it properly. And that's it for the throws. Again, I say these come from the kata. If you ever go to study in a martial art and the instructor says the kata is not important, they go to a lot of tournaments and all they win are trophies and that's all they go for. It's not a traditional system. It's a sports system. There are two types of karate, sport and traditional. They are both good systems. If you want to win trophies and you want to just keep yourself in shape and that's all you want to do, sport karate is for you. If you want to learn the traditional systems with the weapons and the throws and the self-defense, go for the traditional systems. They're both good systems. Next is called kobudo or weapons. There are 18 traditional Okinawan weapons. Most systems only teach 5. We go ahead and teach the 6th one, which some systems teach the eku or the boat oar. Okinawa was an island, and they utilized the boat oar for a weapon also. We didn't bring that along to demonstrate today, but we will demonstrate the 5 that most systems teach. The 5 that most systems teach, the first is called the bow. The Okinawans consider this the king of the weapons, and it's a 6-foot staff. It was originally utilized for walking stick or carrying water, buckets of water, what have you, and they turned it into a weapon. Next is Kuipa. This was originally a handle on a grinding mill, supposedly. That's what historians say. And they would utilize this for blocking techniques and for striking techniques. Nichogama, or kama. This is a short sickle that was utilized for harvesting the crops. Fairly simple tool. Sai. This also was utilized for blocking and striking. Nunchaku. This is a flailing instrument utilized for flailing the wheat. In the fields, they would wrap this around the stalks and throw it to the next person in the field. Of course, that wasn't until the stalks got too big and then they would utilize the throw that we demonstrated a while ago. These are the 5 traditional weapons that most karate systems teach. We will now demonstrate a couple of weapons kata, and then we will show some weapons technique. Brown belts. Kata Masakigo no Kon also comes from southern China. Has some very soft movements and a lot of circular movements in it. Flicking motions. Those motions were utilized for taking sand and throwing it into the opponent's eyes. Next, sweep up. Anaku no Ipa. Movements are fairly basic, and then again in the weapons there weren't any fantastic movements, they were simply blocking and striking. Sugawa no Konbi.
Just want to remind you folks that 11 o'clock we're going to have a whole bunch of kids heading down the grassy area down by that coke plant. We got Studio 50, they're going to do little things for you. We got a magic act going on down in the children's area, so the kids down with them, see a little magic. Also, 11 o'clock, we got a barbershop quartet singing over at Studio 2, Stage 2. That'll be starting at 11 o'clock. Again, we got the barbershop chorus on Stage 2. We've got Studio 50 over in the grassy area. And we've got a magic act going on down in the children's area. Once again, while you're walking around, please be sure to stop in at the Chamber of Commerce stand. We're trying to give this combination RCA color TV VCR away. Stop in, put your name in the bowl. After everything's over, good luck.
Okay, weapons kata. As you can see, we have empty hand kata and we have weapons kata to practice both empty hand and weapons. Okay, now weapon against weapon or weapon defense. Again, Cliff, Shay, and Justin, a couple of our brown belts, will demonstrate weapons technique. Open hand against staff. Justin will have the staff, attack Cliff. He will defend himself with his bare hand. Okay. Justin attacked with an overhead strike. Cliff threw him, ended up with the weapon and attacked the weapon. Ripa versus bow. Overhead strike came in, defended himself by blocking and then throwing his opponent. Next, Justin will attack empty-handed with a punch, and Cliff will defend with a shot by throwing. Blocking and throwing. Nunchaku can create up to 1,600 pounds of pressure per square inch. Enough to break bones very easily. Next, Shay will attack with the kama. Cliff will defend himself empty-handed. Very dangerous technique. He works with a live blade. As you can see, we utilize the upper belts because it takes a lot of concentration, a lot of focus to work with the weapon. Sword technique. In this particular instance, we're utilizing the wooden sword, the bokken, because all we had were live blades and we didn't want to anybody's head to get cut off. Here, Justin attacked with an overhead strike with the sword. Cliff evaded the strike, went to the rear, and broke the neck. Okay, thank you very much. So you saw some of the weapons applications. Next is kumite. Kumite is where the student gets in the ring, so to speak, with another student and utilizes his technique in a free manner. Now, they may just block and strike, They may utilize throwing techniques. They may go into what is called randori, which is kind of wrestling, but in a martial arts fashion. So we're going to have the students get up. Everyone grab a partner. Guys, go ahead and move in. And when they do this, there are no set rules. This was not prearranged. They just do what they need to do to defend themselves. This is called kumite.
Once again, folks, we just want to remind you of a few things going on around the park today. Just had a couple of new girls walk by. They were all dressed up. They'll be down in the grassy area down by the Coca-Cola plant. They're part of that Studio 50. Why don't you take a wander down and check out those two little girls and see what they have to show you, their dances and whatnot. Also, we've got the White Gray Martial Arts display still going on over here. We've got
over here you can see they have fun with randori.
They'll be going up on stage number 2.
For wrestling applications, free wrestling applications.
We've also got a magic show that's going on down in the children's area. Kids like magic. Check out that little show.
Standing technique.
They got a nice penguin down there. Doing a great job trying to
blocking, striking, throwing, blocking, grappling. Everything that might be utilized in a real situation. A lot of your fights will end up on the ground. So you have to learn ground fighting techniques. Monday. This is called kumite, reapplication of technique. Okay, we've covered basics, we've covered kata, we've covered ukemi or break falls, we've covered throwing techniques, we've covered weapons, we've covered weapons katas, we've covered kumite. These are most of the applications that we will show in class. These are the things that you will study. It takes many, many years in the martial arts to become a good martial artist. The main goal of the martial arts is perfection of character. Try to become a better person. Of course, you're in it for the physical aspect also, the self-defense. Learn how to defend yourself at the same time you become a better person, hopefully. It takes anywhere from 3 to 5 years to attain the coveted black belt. Once you reach black belt level, that simply means that you're a serious student and you're ready to learn. It doesn't mean that you can go out and beat people up. Anyone who comes into my class trying to learn karate so that they can go out and start fights and beat people up is immediately excommunicated from the class. Okay, we don't stand for bullies. It's simply for self-defense only. We have one more aspect to demonstrate, and this is called chi, or ki, the Japanese call it. Ki, after many, many years of development, is an internal strength that you gain from studying the martial arts. It's not something you can learn overnight. It's not a specific technique that you learn for self-defense. There are 2 types of ki. There are external, which takes physical strength along with mind control, and there is internal ki, which is something you gain after many, many years of practicing specific techniques, a certain flow. It takes the mind, body, and spirit all together in unison to demonstrate this internal ki. The first demonstration of external ki, I will take someone from the audience who will take an open hand, the web of their thumb, and strike me as hard as they can in the throat. Do I have a volunteer from the audience to do this? I won't take any of my students. Okay, we have a volunteer here. Hi, name? Okay. This gentleman here has volunteered to strike me in the throat. He is not one of my students. I do not allow the students to do it because then people think it's rigged. Okay? In this particular demonstration, I will take a deep stance, take in a deep breath, concentrate, tighten up my throat, utilize muscular tension and concentration in the mind to accept an open hand strike to the throat. In a normal situation, if someone were to take a really hard strike to the throat and he was not ready for it, you could crush the throat. Do not try this at home. Okay? Okay, Jeff, so after I bend down, I take in a deep breath at any time after I start breathing outward. Take an open hand. Okay, I'm going to take my stance, start breathing out, and he's going to strike to the throat. Very good. Thank you very much. That's a pretty strong strike. The next demonstration is internal key. In this particular instance, I will completely relax my body. I need another volunteer from the audience. Another big guy who can throw a pretty good punch.
I'll go with you.
You want to try it? Okay. Come on out. Jeff was going to do it again. He volunteered again, but we have another person here. Your name? Don. Okay. Don. Your name's Tim. Okay, I need a catcher. One of my students is going to catch me. In this particular demonstration, I'm going to totally relax my body and close my eyes so that I don't know when the punch is coming in. And he's going to hit me right below the breastbone, right into the solar plexus. Those of you who do not know what the solar plexus is, it's a very soft area of the body, right below the breastplate. If you've ever gotten tapped there really lightly, it knocks the wind out of you. This is probably the hardest part of the body to build up. I don't care how many sit-ups you do a day, it doesn't help the solar plexus. To build up the solar plexus, it takes many years of getting hit there and particular breathing exercises along with mind-body coordination. Okay? So what I'm going to do is anytime after I close my eyes, I want you to punch. Close fist, as hard as you can. You know where the solar plexus is? Right there. Okay? So it's going to catch me, so anytime after I close my eyes, I'm going to sit here for a second and concentrate, and when I close my eyes, I'm going to hit. Okay? Hey! Found it! Okay, yeah, too low. Try again. And he missed, he hit the stomach. Solar plexus, right there. I'll try and go with the hand up there. Right there. That's okay. Very good. Thank you very much. Very good. This is a demonstration of internal chi, mind-body coordination. Please, once again, do not try this at home. It takes many, many years of the martial arts to do these type of techniques. Okay, this concludes the demonstration class formation. If you have any questions afterwards, please feel free to ask any one of the advanced students or black belts.
Stage 2 starting up in a few minutes as we got that barbershop course. And I guess joining them a little later on. And then, we've got student dance group, I guess, down in the grassy area down that. We've got that barber course starting up over here on stage 2. We've also got a...
Thank you very much.
Can you wave to her?